Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Alam nyo ba? So guys, meron naman tayong bagong video na aalamin at i-react ngayong araw na ito. Ito'y galing kay PH Manaya. Sabi nga niya dito, Impact of AFP Modernization of the Philippine Security. Ano nga ba naging impact nito na yun nga, nagkakaroon na tayo ng mga kagamitan for Philippine Army, Philippine Air Force, Philippine Navy, sa ating Philippine Coast Guard, sa ating mga Marine Corps, Philippine Marine Corps, di ba? So, lahat naman ng sangay ng ating military, nagkakaroon ng modernization program. Kasama doon sa Phase 2, Phase 3 ngayon, di ba? So, lahat naman ng sangay, nagkakaroon ng mga bago o dagdag na mga kagamitan pang militar sa kanilang sangay, di ba? So yun ang good news sa atin. Sana nga in the future pa o every year o every new government sana hindi pabayaan ito at patuloy na dagdagan ang mga acquisition para sa ating AFP, di ba? Para mapalakas pa ang ating kakayahan na maidepensa ang ating bansa sa mga nambubuli sa atin, di ba? Kaya kailangan talaga suporta ng ating gobyerno dito at lagyan ng magandang budget, diba? Hindi naman kailangan na sobra-sobra ng budget kung sa tingin natin kung ano yung mga kinakailangan natin kagamitan. Ngayon muna ang ating unahin, diba? Kaya ito, tingnan na nga natin itong video na to at wala rin akong idea, kaya tara, panoorin na natin.
Welcome back to our channel. Today, we explore a crucial topic: how modernization is shaping the Philippine Armed Forces and its impact on national security.
Okay.
With rising geopolitical tensions, technological advancements, and economic shifts, how is the country strengthening its defenses? What role does technology play? And how does modernization contribute to stability and development? Stay with us as we break it all down. The Armed Forces of the Philippines, AFP, has embarked on an ambitious modernization program to address its long-standing capability gaps. Under the revised AFP modernization program, the country has made significant progress in acquiring modern assets. Key acquisitions include Jose Rizal-class frigates, the Philippine Navy's most advanced warships, equipped with modern radar and missile systems. FA-50 light combat aircraft, providing the Air Force with a supersonic capability for air defense and counterinsurgency. Black Hawk helicopters, essential for rapid troop deployment, search and rescue, and disaster relief. BrahMos supersonic cruise missile, a game-changing coastal defense system with a 290 kilometers range, capable of deterring naval threats in the South China Sea. Spider Air defense missile system, protecting key military and civilian installations from aerial threats. Tarlac-class landing platform docks, LPD, strengthening amphibious operations, troop transport, and disaster response. Some of the future acquisitions under the ReHorizon 3 phase. Multi-role fighter jets. The Philippine Air Force, PAF, is set to acquire either the F-16.
Sana matuloy na nga yan talaga na magkaroon na tayong multi-role fighter jet, di ba? Pang-dagdag natin sa mga FA-50 natin. Kasi FA-50 na talaga yung ating modern na fighter jet. Light aircraft nga lang din yan. Diba? Para magkaroon na rin tayo ng multi-role. So, pwede rin naman dagdagan pa natin ng FA-50, yung Block 20, yung most advanced. Diba? Para matagdagan din yung air assets natin lalo na sa mga fighter jets. Sana matuloy na yun.
Block 70 Viper or Korean KF. 21 Borame, significantly boosting aerial superiority. Additional FA-50 light fighters. The Philippine Air Force is considering expanding its FA-50 fleet with more units for close air support and air defense.
Pero yun nga, sana yung Block 20 na, huwag na yung basic. Kasi parang sa atin, basic pa lang na FA-50. Diba? So meron nga yung Block 20 na more advanced yung radar, yung equipment, or anything. Pwede na yata pang air-to-air din yan. So, sana yung Block 20 naman. Kung talagang may possibility na mag-acquire tayo ng FA-50, yung Block 20 sana ang kanilang pinili.
Training while awaiting the MRF acquisition. Larger, more capable frigates, the Hanwha Ocean 4300 or another HHI design could be future additions, equipped with VLS, vertical launch systems, and advanced sensors.
Diba? Isa yata sa mga priority rin na additional frigate. Diba? Kung di naman tayo sa Hyundai, doon naman tayo sa Hanwha. Yung 4300 nila kasi ito nga natin 3200 data. Diba? Pero maganda rin kasi sa Hanwha ito. Panoorin natin.
Additional 10 fast attack craft. The Philippine Navy plans future additions, equipped with VLS, vertical launch systems, and advanced sensors. Additional 10 fast attack craft. The Philippine Navy plans to acquire more fast attack interdiction craft, FAIC.
Oh, yan. Yung kailangan natin yan kasi maraming tayong mga karagatan sa iba't ibang sulok na ating bansa. Hanggang kalat-kalat yan Kailangan natin ng mga small boat din. Diba, nakapalibot din para yun nga, mas secure din natin ng ating karagatan pa sa mga smuggler, sa mga magawa ng di maganda sa dagat, ginagawang daanan yung dagat, diba? Para meron din tayong patrolya din, diba? Hindi lang pang China tayo nakatutok. Dapat meron tayong national security rin sa ating bansa, diba? Natututukan din nila.
To enhance littoral defense and rapid response capabilities. Submarines. The Philippine Navy is moving toward acquiring its first ever submarine.
Napakatagal nila natin tinatakil yan, submarine. Diba? Panahon pa ni Pangulong Duterte. Pero yun nga kulang na kulang yung budget natin sa mga kailangan natin kagamitan Mga dami na talaga natin kailangan kagamitan. Diba? So, isa to sa mga possibility rin na makabili tayo. Di ba kasi dati parang yung sa Russia hindi na nga pwede kilo class. Ngayon yung sa France, di ba? Ang possible natin makuha o bumili, di ba? Kaya pero patuloy pa rin tayo nag-aabang at nag-hope tayo na sobrang natin kung meron tayong submarine, di ba? Nabibilang na tayo sa mga bansang may submarine. Goods na goods din yun. So abangan na lang din natin yung kung matutuloy ito mga pero sana matuloy. Kung hindi man ngayon, abang-abang pa rin natin yan in the future.
With South Korea's DSME and France's naval group as contenders. Additional BrahMos missiles. Plans to expand deployment across multiple coastal regions to strengthen deterrence. Typhoon MRC missile battery. The U.S.-made Typhoon mid-range capability, MRC, missile system is expected to bolster the Philippines' land-based missile deterrence, capable of striking naval and land targets at extended ranges. These acquisitions enhance not just national defense, but also humanitarian and peacekeeping efforts. The improved capability to respond to both external and internal threats positions the Philippines as a more formidable force in the region. However, modernization is not just about acquiring new hardware. It also requires training personnel, maintaining sustainability, and integrating these assets effectively into defense strategies. One major challenge is ensuring long-term logistical support and local expertise for maintaining high-tech equipment. In today's world, warfare is no longer just fought on land, sea, and air. It has also expanded into cyberspace. Cybersecurity is now a crucial pillar of national defense, especially as cyber threats grow in sophistication. The Philippines has experienced cyber threats ranging from hacking attempts on government websites to digital espionage targeting national security databases. In response, the government has ramped up efforts to enhance cybersecurity measures, including the establishment of cyber defense units within the military. Emerging technologies also play a role in modern security strategies. Drones and UAVs providing intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance. AI-driven defense systems, enhancing threat detection and automated responses. Missile defense technologies, strengthening the country's ability to deter aerial and naval threats. The challenge now is ensuring that the Philippines can keep up with these rapid technological advancements, especially when neighboring countries are also modernizing at a fast pace. A strong and well-equipped military doesn't just protect a nation, it also fosters economic stability and growth.
Yun nga, kaya kailangan every year meron tayong ma-procure kasi pati mga kalapit natin mga bansa talagang nagmo-modernize din at a fast pace, di ba? Kaya kailangan hindi tayo magpahuli, di ba? Kaya kailangan dagdagan pa natin ng dagdagan yung budget, yung kakayanin ng ating sa budget. Siyempre, hindi naman kailangan i-boost lahat, di ba? Ang dami pa natin pagkagamitan ng mga budget ng Pilipinas. Pero yun nga, sana gumanda yung ekonomiya natin, di ba? Yung nga natin, basta yun, basta gumanda yung ekonomiya. Inflation kasi iniisip ko, hindi naman inflation kasi talaga inflation, nagpapatas ng gastusin, di ba? So, basta yung economical growth natin, tumaas talaga. Di ba? Dati mga 6.8, mga ganyan-ganyan eh. Yung para mayroon mo tayong malaan na budget para sa ating military rin, di ba? Kasi mas may mga importante pa, kaya yung ating education, yun yung number 1, di ba? So, infrastructure, yan. So, isa yun sa mga kinakailangan din, pati ito rin, yung ating military, di ba? Kaya kailangan talaga maganda yung ekonomiya natin. Yung importante para marami pa rin tayong pera na pwede pandagdag sa ating budget for our military. Kaya napaka-importante mo. Diba?
Investors are more likely to do business in a country with a stable security environment, and a modernized defense force helps deter threats that could disrupt economic progress. Through the Self-Reliant Defense Posture (SRDP) initiative, the Philippines aims to reduce.
Sana nga yung batas natin na self-reliant, talaga maging self-reliant, di ba? Suportahan natin yung mga gumagawa ng mga armas dito, mga armaments, di ba? Kasi kailangan maganda rin na may local tayo na company na gumagawa ng armaments para sa ating mga military. Parang hindi na nga tayo masyadong aasa pa sa ibang bansa na doon tayo bibili at doon tayo mag-ano, di ba? At sana tutukan tong self-reliant na batas na to para yun nga mapabilis din ang ating pag-unlad sa ating military. Magkaroon tayo ng mga bagong kapitan na mabilisan, di ba? Kasi nga dito na ginagawa, dito na natin nabibili, di ba? At nakikinabang din naman ang bansa natin doon, di ba? Kaya mas maganda na tutukan din yung self-reliant law na ginawa ng ngayong administrasyon na to, di ba? Para hindi na tayo masyadong mag-rely sa ibang bansa regarding sa mga military assets.
Reliance on foreign defense manufacturers and instead develop its own military-industrial complex. This initiative encourages local production of weapons, ships, and equipment, generating jobs and boosting technological expertise. However, balancing security expenditures with economic priorities remains a challenge. Allocating resources to defense modernization must be done without compromising social programs, infrastructure, and development projects. This is where strategic planning and international partnerships come into play. No country can secure itself alone in today's interconnected world. The Philippines has strengthened its alliances with key partners to reinforce regional security. The annual Balacaden exercises with the United States, maritime patrols with Japan, and joint drills with Australia and South Korea highlight the country's commitment to regional stability. Key security partnerships include the U.S. Mutual Defense Treaty, ensuring military support in case of external aggression, Japan's defense cooperation, including maritime security assistance and radar system transfers, Australia and South Korea's engagement, focused on naval and air defense cooperation. With rising tensions in the South China Sea, these partnerships are crucial in deterring potential conflicts and securing national interests. The challenge lies in maintaining a balance, strengthening alliances while upholding sovereignty. As security threats evolve, the Philippines must adopt a multifaceted approach. The future of national security will not only involve military power, but also diplomatic strategies, economic resilience, and technological innovation. Emerging challenges include cyber warfare, as digital attacks become more advanced, hybrid conflicts, where conventional and unconventional tactics are used simultaneously.
Diba? Ang dami pa natin kinakailangan talagang gawin sa ating military and sa ating security ng ating bansa. Ang dami pa kailangan gawin. di ba? Kaya napaka-importante every year meron tayong ma-procurement lang din para mabawasan yung pangangailangan natin regarding sa security nating bansa. Di ba? Kaya pagpatuloy lang sana yung modernization program. Di ba? Makakarating naman tayo doon sa ating mga ating minimiti na magkaroon tayo ng military assets na kaya nang ipagtanggol ang ating bansa.
Political tensions, with territorial disputes and regional power shifts. Despite these challenges, there are also opportunities. By investing in research and development, the Philippines can build a more self-sufficient defense industry. Collaborating with allies on technology-sharing initiatives can further enhance security capabilities.
Yun din, sa mga pinupukiro din natin na kagamitan sa ibang bansa, sana may technology transfer. Para nga in the future, tayo nang gagawa ng ganong mga binibili natin, di ba? Kailangan lagi may deal na ganon na may technology transfer.
Modernization is not just about acquiring the latest military hardware. It's about building a comprehensive, resilient, and future-ready security strategy. The road ahead is challenging, but with the right investments, partnerships, and policies, the Philippines can safeguard its national interests and contribute to the region.
Yun nga, right investment. Talagang yung mga, yung priority. Muna natin unahin natin kung ano kinakailangan ng ating military. Hindi naman natin kailangan yung mga, yung mga mamahali na, nakagamitan tapos bibihira lang gamitin. May mga cost-effective din na talagang yung unang-unang magiging natin pang-depensa ang dapat nating unahin din, di ba? At talagang mapapakinabangan din ng ating mamamayang Pilipino like sa mga mga terorista dito, mga terorist na atake sa atin, di ba? Hindi naman pang pang internal na problem din natin yan na pwede paggamitan ng mga armas din natin, mga armas ng ating military, di ba, para ilagan na ng mga terorista na magalasik ng lagim dito o mga kriminal, di ba, kasi makikita nila na fully equipped na ang ating bansa. Hindi naman fully equipped, kumbaga maganda na equipment o maganda na yung mga armaments natin, di ba, para mapanatili nating secure ang ating bansa at tahimik, di ba? O yun. So yun, maraming salamat kay PH Manayan sa kanyang video, mga idolo. Lalagay ko sa description down below full video na to, pati kanyang YouTube channel. Huwag niyo kalimutan na mag-subscribe po sa kanya. At syempre rin po, huwag niyo rin po kalimutan na mag-subscribe din po sa aking channel. Hit niyo po yung notification bell at yung like button. Huwag niyo rin po kalimutan na i-follow din po ako sa aking Facebook page na Alam Niyo Ba. So guys, dito po tayo nagtatapos. Maraming salamat po sa lahat. Ingat po tayo lagi and God bless us all. Bye.